Today I have a bunch of fragrances that are almost guaranteed to get you compliments. Now these fragrances are all pretty strong. I mean, they have a lot of projection, but that's what's gonna get your fragrance noticed. I've got 3 categories: Middle Eastern, designer, and niche. Now starting with niche, but I know you guys like the more affordable ones, but I gotta get my retention somehow. First up, Amouage Purpose 50. This is a nuclear fragrance, but it is absolutely beautiful. It's very pricey. They don't show up on discounters very often. I think it's around $550 for a bottle. Now, some people might consider this more of a winter fragrance. I consider it to be more of a daily fragrance. I mean, it's so dynamic and universal in how you can wear it. It's a very woody, creamy frankincense, and I don't want you to think too much of like a church frankincense. It's very creamy, and it's got this beautiful woody thickness that just projects off of you. And when I say creamy, I don't want you to think milky or lactonic. It's just this beautiful fragrance that I get compliments on all the time. And second on our list, such an incredible fragrance. This is Sospiro Vibrato. I'm not going to go into too much detail about this one because there's so many reviews out there, but it is a beautiful, sharp, bright grapefruit. And as a fresh fragrance, the performance is unbelievable, 10 out of 10. And no matter when I wear this, I always get asked what fragrance I'm wearing. And a very similar fragrance to Vibrato that's in that same sort of category, and it's not as well known, but this is Otto Parisi Bergamasque. Now, people compliment Vibrato's performance. This is almost double that. Like, you will wash your clothes and you will still smell this fragrance. Just to give you an example, I sprayed this to go to the gym, and I cannot get that smell out of my car. It's kind of like stained the seatbelt. Not that I mind, because it's such a beautiful smell, but my car has smelled like that for the last month. But it's just such a beautiful, clean citrus, and if you like citrus, you're gonna like this. Next up, we're moving on to our designer category. First on our list, now I don't wear this fragrance too often, but it's JPG Le Beau Le Parfum. This is a strong coconut fragrance. It's very strong, and it's sweet. And what I find is those fragrances that are typically quite sweet, a lot of people compliment on. And I think that's typically because they can smell it. Like, for me, it's not necessarily as pleasant having it on your skin being that sweet, but for those around you, it's sure to get you compliments. I mean, if your only purpose is to chase compliments, this is the fragrance for that. And our fragrance in a very similar light, we have the OG 1 Million. This is a sweet cinnamon fragrance. It's quite old. It could be 16 plus years, which is honestly quite crazy. It's kind of similar to this, whereas this is more of a coconut sweet. This is more of a bakery sweet with a touch of cologne to it. This used to get me a ton of compliments. And I say used to because I used to wear it a lot in the past, but it's loud. Next up, one of the more wearable ones on our list, and that is YSL EDP. In this blue, mass appealing, compliment getting category, this would have to be by far my favorite. It's not too heavy, it's not too sweet, it's not doing what these are, it's more manageable. Picture this clean, masculine apple body wash. People love it, and it gets a ton of compliments. And now, more of a date night choice, this is Valentino Coral Fantasy. Now, I have to be honest with you guys, I'm not the biggest fan of Valentino fragrances, but this is a great fragrance for most people. Do I wear this fragrance at all? Probably once, and that's just being honest with you. But this fragrance is worn by so many people. You smell this so often, and it is so very popular. And the one time that I did wear it, it projected like crazy. I did get compliments, but this sort of designer profile gets a lot of compliments. And that's why they engineer these sort of fragrances to generally smell quite similar, because they got that very thick vibe to them. And the psychology behind it is they know that if you wear this, you get compliments, you're more than likely gonna buy another one, and so on and so forth. And that's our designer category. Onto the one that you guys have been waiting for, and that is the Middle Eastern. And the first fragrance is actually 4, and this is them. Every single one of these is a God of Fire inspiration. It's a sweet, tropical, thick mango. We got French Avenue's Vulcan Fouet, Lattafa, Opulent Dubai, Gulf Orchid, Mango Ice, and Mykonos Dreamscape. And now the reason I have 4 is because I don't want to bullshit you guys. The differences between them is so minuscule. They all smell so very similar. The differences, if you really want to geek out about it, the Vulcan Fouet is a little bit more vanilla, whereas Mykonos and Mango Ice is more of like a pure mango, And then you have Lattaf's, which is kind of a blend of both of them. So for you guys, if you like the sort of scent profile, go with what you can find. Like honestly, the differences don't really warrant the price. Mykonos is hard to come by. French Avenue, pretty hard to come by. But if you can find it and you like mango, you got it. Next on the list is two fragrances, and that is Afnan 9 p.m. and Night Out. Now the reason why I have both of these here is both of them perform absolutely incredibly well. They both last around 10 hours, they project very well, and they rake in compliments. The OG 9 p.m. is very masculine, kind of going out party vibes. It's inspired by JPG Ultra Male, and it's this pear masculine scent profile. It's a tried and tested formula. I mean, I think this might be Afnan's most top-selling fragrance. Moving on to Night Out, and I don't think Night Out is necessarily the right name for this fragrance because I think it's so much more dynamic than that. It's kind of the sweet, fruity, but also a little bit bakery. It's very designer-esque, but at the same time different. I mean, similar to the Valentino scent profile, it's something that just works and you cannot necessarily go wrong with it. And the next fragrance I have on this list, and probably the only reason why it is on here, is because of its performance. I mean, this fragrance is also very hard to come by. If you can get your hands on it, it is a good purchase, but I don't necessarily like recommending fragrances that you guys cannot get your hands on. I mean, this is like Boy Imperial, but cranked up to 10. Like the performance is outstanding. I don't know how they did it. The opening has this little bit of basil kind of kitchen vibe to it, but the dry down becomes the most beautiful woody scent. So my cameraman wore this to the gym. He must have done about 3 sprays, but bear in mind, these are some crazy fucking sprays. And so many people came up to me at the gym and they're like, dude, what are you wearing? Because I'm the fragrance guy, it should be me, but it wasn't me, it was him. He was the one smoking the gym out with attacks. And now last on our list, this is a winter fragrance and it is Riff's Memento. This stuff also projects and performs like crazy. It's kind of this sticky vanilla, but it's smooth at the same time. Like apparently, if you go to a nightclub in the UK, you cannot help but not smell the scent. I think it's like the signature scent of UK clubs. Now, this is an inspiration of Arabian's Tonka by Montal. And it's very seldom that I come across inspired buys that are so close, almost identical to the original. But this is one of them. Like the price on these used to be around 19 bucks, but I think everyone on social media has just been glazing this so hard, rightfully so, and as a result, they have cranked up their prices. But I'm curious, which one on this list do you have your eyes on? I love and appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time.